In this video we will showcase 20 plus current Space Marine captains, including 2 each from all the first founding chapters, and then 1 from the Deathwatch, the Greyknights, and the Black Templars. This, like the previous chapter master video, is gonna be an intro for the newer warhammer neophytes and aspirants, and a cigarette break for the older veterans of the chapter, the Nutbug chapter. Just to level y'all, a captain leads a company of 100 astartes within a chapter that is codex compliant, and there are 10 companies per chapter, more or less, so there would be 10 times captains to chapter masters in the galaxy, probably 10,000 or more. Let's get to the video. We start with Severus Agamemnon. He is the embodiment of Ultramarine's discipline, commanding the fearsome first company with a level of precision that borders on perfection. A veteran of countless wars, he leads the Terminators with unwavering focus, knowing the immense responsibility of the chapter's elite resting on his shoulders. Agamemnon's calm under pressure, making him seem almost unshakable even in the face of overwhelming odds. But beneath that stoic exterior is a deep sense of duty. He would rather break himself in battle than see his chapter's honor tarnished. He had recently been given the title of Tetrarch of Connor, and was tasked by Guilliman with expanding Ultramar to the galactic north. Next we have Sevastus Acheron. Where Agamemnon is cool and composed, Sevastus Acheron burns with a fiery passion for the glory of the Ultramarines. As captain of the second company, Acheron is once seen as captain of the company that Lieutenant Titus was present in Space Marine 2. Acheron has a deep love for the Codex Astartes, but he is not afraid to bend its rules time after time if it means achieving ultimate victory. He is the spark of the fire that keeps the second company engine running, always looking for the next challenge to overcome. Fun fact, it was supposedly Cato Sicarius who was the captain of the second company, but he was transferred and is now acting as commander of the Victrix Honor Guard. Number 3. Ragnar Blackmane. Ragnar Blackmane is every bit the feral warrior you'd expect from the Space Wolves, but there's a cunning edge beneath his wild exterior. As Wolf Lord of the Blackmanes, Ragnar is a living legend, having carved his way through countless enemies with a mix of ferocity and tactical brilliance. Ragnar wields the powerful relic Frostblade called Frostfang in battle that was given to him by Lady Juliana Belisarius of House Belisarius. Known for his habit of going into a berserker rage during fights, once in a region called the Bladestar Cluster, the friends in Blackmane single-handedly hacked apart massively powerful Orc bodyguards before going on forth and slaying a Bloodaxe war boss in an awesome violent duel. Number 4. Harold Deathwolf. So Harold Deathwolf is a beast of a different kind, more measured than his fellow wolf lords but no less fearsome. His connection to the Fenris wolves is legendary, and his great company is more like a pack of predators than a conventional Space Marine force. His approach to battle is all about stalking and striking with devastating force, much like the wolves he runs with. His quiet demeanor belies a deep and primal instinct, and his enemies rarely see him coming until it's too late. Harold is a master of ambush tactics, using the terrain and his bond with the creatures of Fenris to outmaneuver and overwhelm his enemies. He wields the frost axe called Glacis, carved from a single ice blue crystal. The blade is fearsomely sharp and deathly cold. Number 5. Carlain. Carlain is the shield of Baal. He is a steadfast rock amidst the swirling chaos of battle. As captain of the Blood Angels' first company, his role is one of both protector and destroyer. Wielding a massive thunder hammer, he smashes through enemies of the chapter, while his strategic mind ensures the safety of his brothers at the same time. Carlain is known for his grim determination, especially when defending Baal from the Tyranid menace. His leadership is marked by an unyielding will, and his warriors trust him implicitly to lead them to victory no matter the odds. As an embodiment of the Blood Angels, he doesn't really seek glory for himself. Instead, he fights to preserve the legacy of the chapter and ensure their survival. Number 6. Aphael. Aphael is the captain of the Blood Angels' second company. He is a master of lightning assaults, favoring the swift and brutal application of force to shatter enemy lines. Where Carlain stands as an immovable fortress, Aphael is the spearhead that strikes with blinding speed. His leadership is charismatic, inspiring his warriors to heights of valor that they descend from the skies, bolters blazing. Aphael embodies the Blood Angels' yearning for perfection in both art and war. And fun fact, he and his company are the least affected by the Black Rage and the Red Thirst, due to their purity of the gene seed stock, which is surprising as many of his battle brothers from other companies would go blah 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 after some time. Now let's head on to another chapter, starting with Belial. Belial, the Grand Master of the Deathwing, is a grim and uncompromising figure whose every decision seems shaped by the weight of the Dark Angel's ancient secrets. Clad in a master-crafted Indomitus pattern Terminator armor, he leads the First Company with unyielding resolve, using his vast experience to outthink and outfight the most dangerous enemies of the Imperium. Belial is a master of precision strikes, and his Deathwing Terminators follow his lead with fanatical loyalty, actively leading the hunt for the fallen. His victories in Gracia too, and destroying a renegade chapter called the Violators, is testament to his awesomeness. He wields the Sword of Silence, which is one of a collection of 4 power swords called the Heavenfall Blades. Next is Samael. Samael is the polar opposite of Belial in many ways, a daring and fearless leader always charging ahead on his jet bike called Corvex as the master of the Ravenwing. Where Belial favors patience and precision, Samael thrives on speed and audacity. His Ravenwing units can tear across battlefields with unmatched mobility and can give the White Scars a run for their money. Samael's leadership style is fast-paced, always on the move, and his boldness is infectious. In battle he wields the razor-honed Raven Sword, an heirloom of the Ravenwing, crafted from a meteorite that struck their fortress monastery called the Rock a long time ago. With the weapon he has vowed to extract vengeance upon a demon prince called Marbas for helping the arch-traitor Luther to escape captivity from underneath the rock. Now going on to the White Scars, we have Suboden Khan. Suboden Khan is the first captain of the White Scars, the first Khan, let's say. He is a warrior who balances speed with precision. Like all White Scars, he values the swift strike, but as the captain of the First Company, his tactics are honed for perfection in execution and he has to be careful. He rides into battle atop a jet bike, leading his company like a lightning bolt, aimed at the heart of the enemy. Suboden was promoted to first captain during the war for Chogoris, which was an invasion by the Red Corsairs led by Huron Blackheart that devastated the White Scars' homeworld. Next is Barutai Khan. Barutai Khan is the captain of the White Scars' Second Company. He is a storm on a battlefield. He fights with a traditional speed and the ferocity of his chapter, but his personality is more fiery than Suboden's. Barutai embraces the thrill of the hunt, and he was once the Second Brotherhood's champion. His approach is more intuitive and leads the company personally in many wars. He is a shrewd commander, knowing when to push his warriors and when to stop or pull back, always riding the line between chaos and control, a hallmark of the White Scars' warrior spirit. The 11th captain here in this list is Darnath Lysander. He is a living symbol of the Imperial Fist's indomitable spirit. As captain of the First Company, Lysander has weathered some of the most brutal battles in the chapter's history, always standing tall amidst the rubble of shattered enemies. Lysander wields his thunder hammer called the Fist of Dawn with an earth-shattering power, and he is clad in an Indomitus pattern Terminator armor. He is a master of siege warfare, an expert at breaking through enemy defenses while holding his own ground. As a sergeant before, Lysander earned the recognition for defending the Colonial Bridge and defeating the heretics of Idono. Later, as captain of the Second Company, he led the charge on the Eldari cruiser called the Blood of Cain and saved the Hadrake Tor planet strike from disaster. And now as first captain, he has a longer list of accomplishments. Then we come to Tor Garadon. Recruited a long time back from a wealthy family from Callisto, which is a moon of Jupiter, Tor Garadon has risen to the rank of captain of the Third Company, all the while being a silent, humble son of Dawn. While Lysander is a blunt force, Garadon is a master strategist, renowned for his meticulous planning and adaptability. His expertise in siegecraft allows him to exploit any fortress's defenses, leading his warriors with a clear vision to dismantle his enemies piece by piece. As now a Primera Space Marine, he wears the Mark X heavy power armor, the Gravis one, with a power fist called the Hand of Defiance, a relic bolt pistol called the Spartian, and a really iconic shoulder-mounted grav gun, which makes him a really recognizable astartes on a battlefield. Then from the Salamanders we have Pelas Myrsan. Pelas Myrsan is the captain of the Second Company. He is a warrior philosopher, deeply reflective yet fiercely protective of his brothers. He is known as the Winterblade and is one of the oldest serving Salamanders with 150 years as captain of the Second Company and 30 odd years as the chapter champion, plus centuries as lesser ranks and as a humble battle brother. His sense of honor is legendary, and he always encourages them to fight with both courage and integrity, and he was seen as a powerhouse during the Badab War. Myrsan wields a power sword called the Cinder's Edge that he crafted himself with his own 2 hands in the fiery volcanic regions of Nocturne, and he also wears a beautifully crafted artificer armor as well. Next is Adrax Agathon. He is the captain of the Salamander's 3rd Company. He is the living embodiment of Vulcan's forge-born fury, known for his unbreakable will and his devastating flamer called the Malleus Noctum. He is a fearsome sight on the battlefield, who is wreathed in flame and fury and is called Nocturne's hammer. His leadership is direct and uncompromising. He charges headlong into the fray, trusting his brothers to follow his example, but despite his aggressive approach, Adrax is sympathetic like all other salamanders and cares deeply for those under his command, reflecting the salamander's ethos of protecting the weak. He is a warrior who resembles his primarch Vulcan the most in centuries. Next is Aethon Shan from the Raven Guard. So he is a shadow captain of the 1st Company. He is a master of stealth and precision, known for his ability to slip through enemy lines unnoticed. Shan has led daring missions that have shifted the tide of entire campaigns. One of his most notable feats was infiltrating the chaos-held city of Axum, allowing the Ultramarines to demolish its defenses and later saving lives during the evacuation by effortlessly taking down a Khorne berserker. Shan's tactical expertise, paired with his quiet but deadly efficiency, has earned him immense respect amongst both his brothers and his allies. Another captain of the Raven Guard is Aj Solari, AAJZ. How the hell do you pronounce that name, Aj Solari? Anyway, he's a shadow captain of the Raven Guard's 2nd Company. He is the embodiment of unpredictability on the battlefield, as unpredictable as someone pronouncing his name. Known for leading assault squads into the thick of battle, Solari combines raw ferocity with a gambler's mindset, often taking risks that could either lead to stunning victories or near disasters. Remember, they are near disasters. His tall, imposing presence and pale skin speaks to his long years of service, hailing from the ancient families of Deliverance. Though his disregard for formality and reliance on luck has raised eyebrows, his undeniable combat prowess and adaptability in chaotic situations have made him a key figure in the chapter of the Raven Guard. Next here is Arwen Roth. He is the current clan commander of the Raukan clan, which is sort of like a company in the Iron Hands organization. The clan suffered heavy losses after the Scarvus ambush in 929 of M40, where they were nearly wiped out by the Emperor's children, but under strict leadership from the Iron Father called Christus, they regained some glory. But Christus later fell into corruption during the Gordinian heresy in 460 of M41. So Arwen Roth took over in 461 of M41 and has led Clan Raukan in battles such as the Purge of the Kongtrul subsector, and by 999 of M41 he and his clan defended Medusa during the 13th Black Crusade, and by now he would be over 600 years of age. Marshal Holger. Marshal Holger is a veteran commander of the Black Templars. He is equally devout, but with a more tempered approach compared to another one called Almaric, who has died now. Holger's leadership is marked by a deep understanding of the strategy and the importance of coordinated strikes. While he shares his brother Marshal's unwavering faith, Almaric, Holger's tempers his zeal with a careful consideration of the battlefield, always seeking to outmaneuver the enemy. His warriors respect him for his wisdom and his ability to turn the tide of battle with a well-timed assault. Holger leads his forces with a sense of duty that goes beyond mere faith. It is a calculated and disciplined drive to ensure that the Black Templars remain the Emperor's most feared and respected warriors, who are ever crusading now for thousands of years. Next is Artemis. Watch Captain Artemis is a name that echoes across the Death Watch as one of the most legendary figures of its chapter. Artemis's hatred for the Xenos is only matched by his skill in exterminating them. As the Watch Captain of Thalassa Prime, he leads from the front, his bolter and power sword delivering swift judgment to the enemies and Xenos of mankind. Artemis is a relentless hunter, and most of all a Puritan. His leadership is direct. There is no room for hesitation or fear in his command. His most recent clash with Eldrad Ulthran has earned him censure from his chapter, which is surprising, and maybe hints at a secret shadowy alliance between the Imperium and Craftwell Ulthway, which might explain why he was censured. Number 20. Vardan Kai. Grandmaster Vardan Kai of the Grey Knights' First Brotherhood is a paragon of psychic mastery and martial prowess. And yeah, I know there's a brother captain in the Grey Knights, but the brother captain status is more like a lieutenant or a sergeant. Anyway, Vardan Kai's command is one of precision both in combat and in the use of formidable psychic abilities. He is as much of a scholar of the warp as he is a warrior, constantly honing his mind to better understand and counter the threat of chaos. His leadership is calm and methodical, with a deep understanding of the dangers they face. He has led the Grey Knights strike force in efforts to reclaim the agri-world of Jotunheim V from both the demonic forces under Imkar the Reborn and from High Fleet Leviathan. Aside from Kaldor Drago, Vardankai is one of the most powerful Grey Knights, in my opinion. And lastly, Vorth Mordrak. Grandmaster Vorth Mordrak of the Second Brotherhood is a grim and haunted figure, known for his eerie connection to the spirits of the fallen brothers. Mordrak's leadership is marked by an unyielding resolve to destroy the forces of chaos, no matter the cost. His command is shrouded in mystery, with rumors whirling about the spectral knights that follow him into battle, yet his warriors respect him for his relentless pursuit of the enemy and his willingness to sacrifice everything for victory. Mordrak is an invaluable asset to the Ordo Malleus and to his chapter, and to see him in the battlefield is like seeing a vengeful wraith, always driving his company forward with a cold, determined fury that leaves nothing standing in his wake. And for anyone who sees him and or his brotherhood, imperial citizen or not, they are either mind wiped or, let's say in a more brutal sense, they are body wiped. So those are the 20 plus current Space Marine captains of the M41-42 era. So if you like this video, then watch this other one too, and if you want to browse for other sci-fi and Warhammer content, then check out our channel. Subscribe, like for support, and bang that bell icon for notifications on new video uploads. Till the next time, take care, boys.